the most important leadership characteristic is one that's very simple. It's one that, as you develop, it will totally change how you operate and what you do in life. Hi there, my name is Dr. Jacob Kashiwagi. I am the chairman of the Leadership Society of Arizona. As we've gone out and taught hundreds of college and high school students, one of the most common questions that we get asked is, what is the most important leadership characteristic? And so today I'd like to answer that. In fact, the most important leadership characteristic is one that's very simple. It's one that, as you develop, it will totally change how you operate and what you do in life. What we've found is that it's very rarely taught. In fact, I've never seen it taught in any leadership class or training. This characteristic is that of minimizing the use of your brain. That's right, we want you to stop thinking. One of the things that all successful people have found out is that they have to be able to shut off their brain. Now you might be wondering, well, growing up, all throughout my education, all of my teachers have always taught me, you have to think, you have to use your brain. That's how you're going to be successful. In reality, it is the exact opposite. This might be why many people aren't successful in life. Now you might be wondering, well, how does this work? I've been taught all my life to think. When I didn't understand something, my teachers told me you have to go think about it. You have to learn to be able to figure things out on your own. Well, let me give you an example. This is what we call a no-brainer. It's a very simple example because if I release this bottle, everybody knows exactly which direction it's headed. You don't have to think about it. It's very simple. Now, one of the things that you're going to realize is when things are simple, that's when you don't have to think. And when you don't have to think about it, and it's simple, it allows you to be able to then look into the future. For example, if I release this 100 times, what would happen to this bottle every single time? And of course, it would fall. Everybody can see that. You are able to predict or to see into the future even before I run the experiment. And because of your ability to see into the future, because this is something you don't have to think about, and it's so simple, it allows you to minimize your risk. When risk is low, you don't have to think as much. So leaders found out when things get complex, instead of using your mind, instead of thinking, shut it off. Now you might be wondering, well, if I shut my mind off, then how am I going to learn? This is very simple too. You simply go find someone who knows what's going on and who sees it very simply and can explain it to you so you don't have to think. Because what leaders found out is as soon as they have to think, it means it's complex, it means they don't know what's going to happen, it means they have a lot of risk in their life. And so from a young age, they develop the ability that when they hear something that they don't understand, shut their mind off and find someone who knows. Now, yes, this might be very difficult. If you're sitting in a classroom and you don't understand something and you don't know very many students around you, it's very difficult to find somebody. But if you practice trying to find someone when you're young, if you practice shutting your mind off, you're going to find out that you have less stress. You're going to find out it's much easier to learn. See, a lot of people thought, I need to think to learn. No, you don't. In fact, the greatest learning you can do is when things are very simple. And so leaders, unless someone can explain it to them, where they can look at it, see it, and know exactly how to apply it, they cross it out of their mind. Why? Because they only want to learn things that are simple, that minimize their risk in life. And they don't like stress, so they don't want to use their brain very much. If you are interested in learning more about experts and successful people who have applied this concept and characteristic of no thinking in their own lives, we'll leave a link in the description below so that you can see all the research that we've done in all the different areas how these successful people have applied this principle in their life.